Hello everyone and welcome to patch 7.3. We're going to be working on the main story, which I am quite excited for. And yeah, this is going to be the end of the Dawn Trail story, because in 7.4 and 7.5 we're going to be sort of entering the next expansion story. This is the first time I actually get to take part in this happening gradually instead of just kind of playing through the patches as I get through them in the story, so this is quite exciting. Now, we need to start by speaking to Shale over here. Hello, Shale. Targeted tragedy. Shale wishes for a moment of your time. If you have a moment, Malisity, Geode wants to take stock of the current crisis. Oblivion may be lacking the finer details in certain areas, so we would like you to lend your perspective to the conversation. Oh, sure. So are we getting like a recap? Sorry to drag you into our meeting, but we need to get a better handle on the threat Alexandria is facing right now. Not at all. Much has happened since the state funeral, and a clearer idea of where things stand would be beneficial for us as well. First thing first then, let's discuss the state of the machine malfunctions. Every single sector reported instances of sentient attacking citizens without provocation, and vehicles suddenly becoming unresponsive to control. This is not great. And while these malfunctions were resolved fairly quickly, they nevertheless resulted in considerable number of injuries and death. But you haven't heard anything about the new incidents since then, right? Right, no additional reports have been logged as far as I know. That's the good news. And the bad news? The bad news is, I tried to take control of the soldiers when they started hurting people, but they wouldn't listen to me, even though I have the king's authority. Once things calmed down, I was finally able to make them give up their weapons, but if it happened again, I don't know if they'll ignore me like before. The king of Resolve's authority is about the highest there is. Who is this man that can override it with such impunity? Calyx? I think preservation is like above everything. Calyx. He lived in the age of the storm surge as I did. Lest you forget, he was known for his advancement in electrotechnology, and it was he who established preservation for the purpose of furthering his research. The wasting disease which afflicted him, however, was said to leave him scant years to live. He must have chosen to undergo conversion into an endless, that he might continue his efforts into present day. Interesting that the medical equipment is still such like a big part of his identity that it remains in his endless form. Preservation's early goal seemed noble enough, exploring treatment for 11 sickness, designing Everkeep's core system, that sort of thing. Why harm the people he was ostensibly trying to help? I do not pretend to fully understand Calyx's motivation, only that he appeared incensed by what he saw as mankind's failings. He asserted the strategy of adapting our species through generational success was outdated, that evolution now required us to forsake bodies of flesh in favor of eternal preservation. We've already seen how he employs the simulant to convince Alexandrian that endless conversion is their only hope for survival. Eternal life is assured for the 5,000 who register their neo-regulators. But this is merely one part of Calyx's greater plan. He wants the key to interdimensional fusion. With the relic in his possession, he will draw ether from the reflections, and expand his effort to create endless 1,000-fold. Yea, they're not getting that. If we mean to foil Calyx's schemes, then our only hope is to determine where he is hiding and put him down. Which unfortunately is easier said than done. I've been scouring the terminal we found in the depths of Everkeep, but I failed to uncover even the slightest trace of his activities. Give me a little more time though, and I'm sure I can sniff him out. I'll help you. Ah. While Gululja and Shale are working on that, I think I'm going to take a look around town. I want to make sure no new problems have cropped up, as well as search for any information that might lead us to Calyx. You're welcome to come along. Another malfunction could happen at any time, and I would be glad to have some brawlers at my back. Yeah, sure. Count me in. Raha and the others are helping Oblivion patrol the other levels of the keep, so shall we stick to the street of Solution 9? Sounds like a plan. Thank you two. I appreciate the company. I have to speak with the city administrator about bringing in Landsguard. I want our soldiers around to protect those who are moving to Tuliolal. Alphino and LSA will be joining me for the meeting, so the three of us can cover the sector as soon as we're done. If I may, I would like to join Malicity's group if you'll have me. Yeah, please. The more mouths to ask questions, the merrier, as long as you're aware of the danger. Thank you. I'll do my best not to be a burden. I'm more worried about you, Geode. Don't do anything stupid. Ugh, you'll change your tune once we get back with the goods on Calyx. And then the drinks are on you. Okay. Come on, let's continue this outside. I don't know, she seems worried. What do you say, Shale? Good luck with your patrol and take your time. We can't do without Geode until you're done with the old sot. Sorry, just when I think I've internalized better manners, talking with Geode brings back all the old bad habits. I wish I could grow up faster. There'll be so much more I can do when I'm bigger like you. Dude, you are bigger than me. We don't have to go far. I will do my utmost to ensure the happiness of Alexandria and its people. Oh, I love this. Look at this person's glam. I'll blur out their name, but look. Oh, I love this. Look at this person's glam, and then they got Alpha with them. And they kind of match. It's so cute. The city looks as though it's regained a sense of normalcy. Alas, the people would not soon forget recent events. Well, if they have regulators on, they might. Yeah, they seem distressed. Sorry, I was off in my own little world. Shall we get started? Are you alright, Geode? Me? I'm well enough to give in the circumstances. It was the Queen's fondest wish that her subject remain shielded from the horrors of death, and so they were for the longest time. Then, the moment mortality once again became an unavoidable fact of life, they are greeted with an outbreak of bloody violence. Many are bound to give the endless alternative serious consideration. Indeed, and I do not blame them for that. It is only natural that such thoughts should come to mind. What I cannot forgive is the way Calyx wields fear and misery to manipulate people into making the choice. No one, not Calyx nor anyone else, should dictate how we cope with the specter of death. As one who lived as an Alexandrian, I wish to put the choice for this country's future back in the hands of the citizens. And you think we can handle that responsibility, after everything you've seen of us? If what I've seen... It is what I've seen that convinced me that you can. I awoke 4 centuries later to find our people living and laughing beneath Alexandrian banner. Though surprised and bewildered, I was overjoyed to see it, so you all deserve to be happy. Well then. We best not let you down. Now I suggest we move as a group. We don't know if or when a battle might find us. Oh, I believe someone came prepared for just such an eventuality. Oh, I like her book. Is that the grimoire you retrieved from the old castle? Yes, my parents gifted it to me when I was a child. They were adamant that I should learn to protect the things important to me. I was fortunate enough to have a tutor in the arcane arts, so I lay claim to some small measure of skill. Are we actually gonna have combat? Like, in this questline? Because outside of the dungeon, because usually we don't have that much. It's mostly just talking. If that's the case, I might be better if we split into 2 groups after all. It would certainly be more efficient for information gathering. I guess that makes sense. The 2 of you can take the west side of the recreation zone then. Malisity and I will take the east. Very well. We shall end our patrol in the plaza just past True View and await you there. I didn't expect to be split from them. I mean, I don't mind Geode, but of the 3 characters with us, he is the least interesting. Let's do the rounds then. We'll see what's what and chat to the people we meet along the way. Pay special attention to anyone who looks overwhelmed or overly excited. Hopefully that will earn us a tidbit or 2 we didn't know before. Yeah, okay, now we get the escort quest tutorial. I'm hoping with this tutorial they will stop giving me like the mini tutorial they have given before every single escort quest. I'm guessing you would have preferred to go with Sven and Kyle, but I'm afraid you're stuck with me. I grow on people, though, I promise. Okay, now I feel bad for not wanting to go with you. Disquieted citizen? I finally got my hands on a neo-regulator, and then came this close to crashing into a hover cargo. The day I become endless can't come soon enough. I only hope I live that long. They seem all very eager. You have a somber citizen. Are the sentries and air wheelers safe to be around now? I just know it's going to happen again, and maybe next time I'll be the one who dies in a horrible accident. I need a neo-regulator. Becoming endless is the only way. Even Queen Sven said so. I don't like that. Ah, the memories. I used to drink around here all the time. I made sure not to overdo it when I had work for the next day, but once we were past the busy season, or when the ladies were amenable to company, well, you would have to scrape me off the street outside in the morning or afternoon. The worst I've ever got was on what should have been the worst day of my life. If only I could remember it. I was still wearing a regulator back then. I was also the day I first met Shale, although I guarantee she has forgotten it completely. Oh. So, you don't remember what happened? Is this the only discussion phase? Okay. I still need to do the Hildebrand questline. Naso is just waiting there for me. You want to hear my story? Well, I appreciate your offering a sympathetic ear. There's not much to tell. If you must know, a good friend of mine died when those machines went crazy. His air wheeler dropped right out of the sky and he didn't survive the crash. Damn fool wasn't wearing a regulator. I know that's not so strange these days, but he had never bothered with one. He was at peace with the idea of dying someday, and I thought I understood what that meant until it happened. Yeah. I think we're all hoping to die at old age. Nobody wants to die in a sudden accident. Oh, this one is excited. Do you have a Neo regulator? Yes, you do. Your regulator is black, so Neo regulator. What this means is a fine mood, you ask? Well, I've just registered my new regulator. I was leery of becoming nothing but memories at first, but now that I've gone through with the registration, I never felt more at ease. Alas, once it was done, the regulator displayed the current number. Of the 5,000 slots available, over 3,800 have already been filled. So if you're still hesitant, you've not much time to make up your mind. Mark my word, friend, when there's only a few slots left, it's going to get very ugly. Malisity, a word. I feel like there was a new factor in these stories we've heard. One we hadn't considered during our discussion with everyone in the back room. The fights are likely to break out over the Neo regulators? The fact that nearly 4,000 people have registered is worthy of its own report, but are you sure there wasn't anything else? Well, that the victims of the violence weren't wearing regulators? Yes, that's it. The vast majority of residents have always worn regulators, so it's not a detail we would normally think about. With a sudden supply of soul cut off, though, more and more people have been going without them. We need to look into the casualties from the recent attack and check whether or not they were equipped with regulators. Let's ask around on the street over to the east. It was pretty chaotic at the time, but maybe we'll find eyewitnesses who can help us confirm it was a pattern or not. Yeah. If you think about it, attacking people who don't have regulators would be the smartest idea, because it's gonna enforce the idea that you should be wearing a regulator. We haven't spoken at this spot. Oh, this stuff? It was once my job to deliver goods by hover cargo. That's why I know a fair number of names and faces throughout the city. The little ones who had jumped for joy when I brought them packets, the old lady who always greeted me with a smile. I would hate for anything bad to happen to them. Yeah, I can imagine. Do you have any other thoughts? Oh, aside from Oblivion members, only a handful of people used to go out and about without regulators. How times have changed. I mean, in a way it's good, but... No, it's just good, because the regulators are wiping off memories. Oh, hello, unarmed sentry. Hello, how are you today? Please let me know if I may be of service. Citywide casualty data unavailable. Government officials are currently processing reports from all affected zones. Can you narrow it down to the recreation zone then? You must have some estimation on hand. Recalibrating parameters. Injured, 87 individuals. Casualties, 19 individuals. Casualty equipped with the regulator, 0. Ah, that's strange. It doesn't make sense that there are no one with the regulator died. Everyone who died was without regulator. That feels odd. Because there has been such a low supply of souls, so during the attack, people with regulators should still have been injured and even died. You wish to know if the people who died in the machine rampage were wearing regulators? I'm sorry, but I was assigned to clearing away debris. I didn't see any of the deceased. No bodies were present by the time I arrived, so I assumed the ushers had already done their work. I do remember there being patches of white dust scattered about that were quite a chore to clean up, but nothing else worthy of mention. Patches of white dust? Malisity? I think it's time we rejoin Kryle and Sveen. I was half joking with my boast to Shale, but we may have stumbled upon something major here. We should share our findings and keep pursuing this avenue of inquiry. Didn't Kryle say to meet them in the plaza just outside of True View? Let's get going. Yeah. Any other thoughts? Come on, we should meet Kryle and Sveen at the plaza. Can't say I'm thrilled to have Shale owe me a drink over something like this. Yeah, no, these are not great news. I think I can see where they are standing. I do love that you see other players just vanish as you get close to them. We finished our patrols as well. Did it not seem that more people wanted neo-regulators than before? Yeah, but we found some alarming stuff. This feels like it was really targeted. So, essentially, you're saying that people who were killed by malfunctioning machines weren't wearing regulators? Well, the numbers are still tentative and only apply to that one zone. We don't know how they'll stack up against the overall data, but this is definitely more than a coincidence. I think it's safe to say that anyone who had removed the regulator was a priority target. Now that you mention it, the person I was treating for injuries wasn't wearing one either. But why? Why are they being targeted over everyone else? Well, isn't it obvious? To add fear. To emphasize that if you don't wear a regulator, you will die. Based solely on the lack of neo-regulator, we cannot judge if a person has no desire to become endless, or if they simply fail to acquire one of the limited devices. But those who wear no regulators at all, they have clearly rejected the old system of using souls to revive themselves. But another way, they have chosen to live their lives in the knowledge that death is an inevitability. Which goes against Calyx's plan. The chances that such resolute people would wish to become endless are far lower, I would imagine. And so Calyx has chosen those least likely to accept this vision as a victim to stoke fear and panic. But there was no need to kill anyone. With the way things were, people were already fearful enough. He could have found 5,000 willing citizens without all this madness. You make a good point. Perhaps the sowing of terror is in service of another scheme, or he had some other need for the lives he's taken. Does he need them to power the new Endless? Yeah, what of the dust found at various sites? Because that's weird. That's so specific. Right, the sanitation worker story. They saw no bodies, but mentioned piles of white dust. Dust, but no bodies? Now where have I heard that before? Do you recall when we went to save Erenville from sentries in the outskirts? That user Malisity told us much the same thing. Oh. Where I have arrived, I found no bodies, only a pile of dust, which the wind quickly scattered. Confused, I questioned the residents, but none knew what had become of it. Yeah, that's so specific and weird, isn't it? That both stories speak of missing remains is suspicious enough, but the shared mention of this dust is too much to ignore. In that case, we should confirm if the substance was present at other site and attempt to ascertain its nature. Following this threat may lead us not only to an explanation for the missing bodies, but also the intent behind Calyx's murderous action. Yeah. Is he, like, getting ether from them? But for that, they wouldn't need the bodies. Malisity, we need your help. I've lost control over the soldiers in the residential area. They might be trying to hurt people again. Oblivion members are on their way now, but are you close enough to join them? Yeah, of course. I'm on my way. Damn it, our new investigation will have to wait. Let's go. Yeah, that... Attack immediately? Protecting citizens? Hopefully? Have they all had these spiked shoulders? You... Oh, God. Oh, that looks so wrong.
Stay back! Stay away from me!
Leave him alone!
Are you okay?
Are you
He's
all
not-
right?
He's not wearing a regulator, is he? No, he's not.
What happened here?
A sentry walked into my apartment, even though I'd locked the door and everything. I managed to run, but the man who tried to save me...
I don't think he's wearing a regulator either.
No weapons, which is to be expected, considering all the sentries were meant to be disarmed. Yet it was ordered to attack all the same, even if that meant using its bare hands.
I'll leave matters here to you. I'm going to do a sweep of the surrounding area.
Yep, no regulator.
Do you know anyone else in this sector who no longer wears a regulator?
Oh, I don't think I've seen Isadora and her boy with theirs recently.
Wasn't that the boy with the 11 sickness?
Go to them, quickly! Wayakwe!
I'll be fine. But Isadora's in bad shape. Mother, please.
He just got that there.
Isadora!
Heal her.
Oh, thank goodness. She wasn't struck anywhere vital.
Oh, that's good.
I'm sorry. If only I'd gotten here sooner.
Only you saved her life. If you hadn't come here, they would be gone.
Everything will be all right. I promise to make your mother better.
He recognizes her.
Thank you, miss.
Oh, smart boy though, like not announcing it. Even though like everyone here already kind of knows.
Will she sleep like that forever?
No.
No, not forever. She'll wake soon, I'm sure of it.
That's good to hear. Thank you for saving her.
I'm alarmed though that even locking the door did not keep them safe. Oh, the promise of tomorrow. Like this means that no matter what they do, they are not safe. She should recover in due course. I'm glad we arrived when we did. When I was sick and I couldn't move, my mother was always at my side. Always keeping me company. And I'm going to do the same for her. Forgive me, I was reckless. You shouldn't have had to waste time tending my wounds as well. Did you see our other comrades back there? He stayed behind in the lobby, but I heard the sound of fighting. Wait. He? I'm sorry. He must have fallen protecting the residents. Yeah. I guess I'll take the 2 skill spell. For their sake, I have to remain calm. The endless choice. Bayawake is fearful of her comrade. For her comrade. Our comrade? You think he may have been struck down? If he's wounded or worse, I should go to him. Wait, please, it isn't safe and you'll need to rest. Would you stay with Milos and watch over Isadora for me? We will tend to your friend. Thank you. Please be careful yourself. Is that the one who is dead in the hallway, though? Isadora and Milos had completed their application to leave the dome and were practically out the door when all this happened. We'll make sure they're taken care of the moment Isadora is ready to travel. Good. We need them out of this place. Because the fact that they can just enter the apartments, there's nothing stopping them. That is a big problem. This one also has spiky shoulders. Maybe they've always had spiky shoulders and I just never noticed. So were you part of our group? Oh, I see a very familiar outfit. He's kind of looking like Garnet. That man, this is awful. Like the girl's Venus based on from the original game. Why is this happening? I wish I had answers for you. Isadora is going to be alright then. I'm so glad. I've just finished my ministration here. Our Oblivion comrade was beyond saving, I'm afraid. He was familiar, so I guess he was part of the group. That brave soul. He gave his life to save another. He died protecting me. I don't understand why any of this is happening. The sentry was behaving normally like any other, then all of a sudden it tried to kill me. Weapon and no, Kelks commands them to commit murder. Is it over? We came as soon as Bayawaki sent the word. I'm sorry. By the time we arrived, it was already too late. Then Geode could be in trouble too. Once we have this radius locked down, we need to find him. Where is Geode? But why? Has something happened? Possibly, we were not sure what, but he stopped responding to our communication. We need to prioritize security in the residential sector, though, at least until we regain control over the sentries. I can go check. Then we should search for Geode. I agree, since most Oblivion members have sworn off regulators, if our theory holds true, then they could be prime targets for the next attack. Also, it would stop any opposition, wouldn't it? Please do what you can to shepherd the rest into safety, but avoid the sentries at all costs. Yeah. Our thanks. Here, take these communicators. Yeah, so we can get in contact. That's a good idea. We've made modifications to them to prevent Calyx from intercepting the signal, and have been using them to coordinate movement with allies in the vicinity. Oh, good. Why weren't we given this before? Bayabake has one too, so I'll ask her to keep hailing Geode. Good luck, and stay safe. Geode said he would sweep the surrounding area, so he shouldn't have ventured too far. Let's get going. Are we gonna find white dust? I hope not. How are you doing? Pray thank you, Milala friend of... Pray thank your Milala friend for me. I would still be helpless mess if not for her encouragement. I hope you find Geode soon. I know it's probably saving people with one hand and fighting off threats with the other, but I can't help but worry. Leave matters to us here. We'll see to our fellow comrade and make sure no one else comes to harm. Yeah, okay, let's find Geode. There is Sveen. Oh, that's big thing. Please, Geode, please be safe. What? There we go. You see no sign of Geode. Perhaps you should search further to the east. Okay. Are we gonna find Krile over there? Yes. Krile. I am concerned. Let's search around the apartment first. Yes. I think it's gonna be over there. You see no sign of Geode. Bayavaka's voice crackles from the communicator. Geode? Geode, answer me! There is no response. Perhaps you should continue your search further to the east. Yeah, I think... I see people standing over there. One of the funny things about doing this quest on patch day, you can kind of figure out where things are happening because you will find people standing there, usually in cinematics. So something is gonna happen here, I think. Also, the rule of 3. Final Fantasy is pretty keen on it. You see no sign of Geode. The neighboring residential radius would be the next logical place to look. Yep, cinematic. Okay. I was gonna say, like, are they really gonna break the rule of 3? Hey, Geode.
This is the only place left. Let them be safe.
Geode, are you there? Answer me, please!
I'm here. Sorry for the long silence. I've been busy.
Oh, you're alive! Thank the gods!
Dude, you can't just not communicate.
Where are you now?
The radius next door. The lobby is secure. I'll scout the second floor. Then I'll join it.
What are you doing? It is eating up the ether, isn't it?
That dust.
Dust? What are you talking about? What's happening?
They're not just collecting souls. They're draining the bodies of corporeal ether.
They need ether to make the endless.
Dust that we saw was all that was left of the victims. They must have modified the soul cells. Shit.
The old man didn't even respond to it. Uh-oh. Geode.
Damn you!
Don't throw the weapon, use it as like a club.
You can't be here! You need to run, now! A trap!
Oh. Oh no. Geode.
Take care of the others, eh?
Oh, the way it like goes so slow and then like fast it. Ugh. I don't think he's gonna make it.
No sign of him so far. This way, maybe?
There's his weapon. But will we find white dust?
Geode!
Oh. I'm so sorry, Geode.
A shame. I had hoped to leave here with at least one more cell's worth of ether. But seeing how eager you are to interfere, I shall cut this foray short.
He was controlling the bond, pretending to be the old man.
Calyx. What could you possibly stand to gain from these atrocities?
Ether sufficient to generate 5,000 endless. How would you acquire it?
How would I?
Until I have the key, the reflections are closed to me. Thus do I make do with the sources at hand.
They killed their own
7%
people.
of Alexandria's current population will yield the energy to convert 5,000 into endless. With 11%, operations could continue unabated for 800 years. Our bodies are fated to decay sooner or later. These ones refuse the gift of eternal life, so what difference does it make if I return them to ether now?
You just... I mean, technically, what are you supposed to do about the dust? But don't stomp over it.
I will
Get
not
like a
waste
vacuum.
time and resources on meaningless conflict. This unit cannot offer you worthwhile resistance. Instead, I pose a question. Would you hand over the key if I promised to halt my harvest?
No. Yeah, you would only seek out other victims. It's not the solution.
It was foolish of me to even ask.
Yes.
I return to my work then. There is much to do if I must take the key by force.
You're not getting the key. Wait, aren't you even gonna take the ether from the thing? You're just leaving it. I mean, it's still good to get it for investigation purposes, but it's kind of sad to know that Geode isn't there. Hello, Geode. Like I say, I'm gonna need to get a vacuum and vacuum the rest of him up to take him back. I don't think we can fix him. I can't. There are no words. This pile of dust, these ashes. And the soul cell he left behind. Was that his twisted way of returning Geo to us? Damn you, Calyx. Damn you and your careless cruelty. He was our friend. Even so, some might say every death was justified if it means 5,000 Endless could continue their immortal lives. And if a reflection stolen ether allowed for many more Endless, why that too would be a noble sacrifice for the greater good. Who could think that? Not I. Certainly not I. You know only too well there is not noble in this sacrifice. We have to stop him. We have to find Calyx and put an end to this madness as soon as possible. And under no circumstances can we let the key fall into his possession, Malisity. It falls to us. We will thwart his plans here in Alexandria before he can terrorize innocent in reflections elsewhere. Yeah. Gosh. I didn't expect Geo to actually die. They haven't exactly been keen on killing anyone off for a while. I will hold onto the geode gun if you could take the soul cell, please. Onto Geode's gun, yeah, okay. My memories and yours. Though gripped by sadness, Sveen spurs herself to action. We should return to the back room. Shale and the others need to know what happened. Yes, I'll ask Vaiwakwe to meet us there as well. Yeah. Not great. Oh, we just get teleported right away. Here is Geode, I guess.
Our dear Geode.
He really did bring the answer in the end.
The soldiers. If only I'd been able to control them.
This isn't your fault, Gulolja. The blame lies with Calix.
Yes.
And with him alone.
Yes!
It's all so senseless. Why force his plans upon us when we're already happy? Living our lives. What does he even think life is? I'll never forgive Calix for doing this. Or myself for being powerless to stop him. Wait, where are you going? To clear my head. Don't worry, I won't do anything stupid.
You better not.
Stay here and get some rest. I'll make sure nostalgia stays out of trouble.
Thank you, Kyle.
Thank you.
Things would have been far worse if you and Geode hadn't rushed in there. Many people are still alive because of you. And after adding what you discovered to the leads we've dug up, I'm hopeful we can determine where Calix is hiding. But not right now.
Yeah, that's fine. You need to take a moment.
We need time before we can move on. Just a little time.
Oh, Geode.
Oh, you stole an Erinville back. I got back control of the sentries, probably around the same time Calix left. I'm sorry I couldn't stop him. We made a swift patrol of the other levels and confirmed that Calix had carried out a number of targeted attacks. All to harvest more ether, it seems. I am told that members tasked with keeping Rest and Save return with the body of their comrade. They all risk so much. Hey, General. They brought back Geode's gun. Its rounds were spent and his barrel was scorched, so yeah, can be sure he went down fighting. I've spoken with Wuglamat. They've got their meeting short to deal with the aftermath of this latest violence. I assume you know better by now, but I hope you're not planning to try anything alone. We're all here with you. Thank you. Another comrade gone. Some days it's almost more than I can bear. Geode he was an older brother to Nostalgia and me. Shale knew him longer, though, and I'm sure taking it the hardest. And that's on top of what happened with Kakia. Do you think you could check on her? See how she's doing? She'd like to put up on a brave face if it's me or my sister. Yeah, of course. Hey, Shale. Apologies, my mind was elsewhere. We need to press on with the hunt for Calix, but I can't seem to focus. I should be better than this, I know. As you said, you need time to work through it. It's fine. You're right. I ought to heed my own words. As it stands, I'm of no use to anyone. Kakia used to say the best things to do with grief was to let it all out. So I think I'll take myself over to the earthen sky and say my goodbyes to Geode. Why don't you come along? I could use someone to blubber to if you've a shoulder to spare. Yeah. Right then, let's get out of Everkeep for a bit. I don't mind. And she shouldn't be going alone anyway. Oh, we teleported us outside. Hey, Shade. It's a fair trek on foot, so I've arranged for a couple of air-wheelers. They've had their communication modules removed, so even Calyx shouldn't be able to seize control of them. Say the word and we'll set off. Yep, let's go. Ready? We'll be flying close to the pylon, so follow my lead. Yes. The air-wheelers are General's babies. We won't find a smoother ride. Oh, they can... Oh yeah, the transport, of course, into flying. For years now, I've been taking one out for a turn whenever I need to lighten my mood. Sometimes Geode would come along too, and we would end up racing. Aww. Does that surprise you? Our friendship always had a competitive edge. That seems fitting by what we've seen so far. We would often talk about how one day we might fly our wheelers outside the dome. I mean, one day you might. But it probably won't be the same. Almost there. Be sure the ground is clear before you touch down. Be sure the ground is clear. Yeah. Would be unfortunate to crash. Phew, that helped clear my head a touch. You know, Malisity, you might be the first person I've ridden with who wasn't an Oblivion recruit. As far as I remember at least, the memories from my regulator's days aren't exactly reliable. Come on, let's head inside. Hopefully the way will be clear of pests today. Is anyone still using the old outpost? Or are we not? Oh yeah, no, it's not clear of pests at all. Let's get ourselves ready. Hey, Shale. Ugh, just our luck. No, it's fine, it's fine. I haven't seen... We don't get to fight that often in Quest, so it's nice to have something. Even if it doesn't take a lot to fight, it's just... Having a reason to actually fight is nice. I am gonna unsummon you, Katla, though. Thanks. We can usually avoid such encounters, but sometimes they wander in and block the only path. Not that it slowed you down at all. I've never seen you fight up close before, and the surveillance feed clearly didn't do it justice. Hopefully that keeps the route clear for a while, shall we? Yeah.
Whenever we lost a comrade, The three of us would come back here to reminisce. Me, Geode, and Kafkiwa.
Kafkiva. Okay.
Will you raise a glass?
Yeah, of course. To Geode's memory.
Oh,
Oh, hey.
What are the two of you doing here?
Probably the same
I had a
thing you
feeling
two
you'd
are.
show up. Would you like to join us?
I suppose I could spare a moment.
This is good. Sitting and talking and just processing. That is what's needed.
They tell us Oblivion's founders disappeared some decades ago under mysterious circumstances. And it was Kafkiwa who revived our organization.
Oh.
You and Geode helped her with that, didn't you? Tell us more about it. You're keen to know too, right?
Yeah.
What they were like back then. The mad things they got up to. That sort of thing.
Now I want to know about the founders. Like, give me the lore, please.
Those were the days. It was actually right before the Reformation that I met Geode. I still wore a regulator then. I had recently lost someone close to me. I'd also quit a long stint as an adapter to work at a bar of all places. It paid me to sit with patrons and keep them company. So Geode came in one night. It wasn't long before we got into an argument. First time customer, but tempers flared. And then one of us threw a punch.
You got into a fist fight? What were you even arguing about?
Damned if I know. We were deep in our cups. I think we were both just frustrated and angry at everything. By the end of it, we were both sprawled out in the street. Pair of drunken fools. Then this odd machine stopped to lecture us, scolding us for obstructing the foot traffic and not taking better care of ourselves.
I can't imagine you ever being in such a sorry state. The odd machine, that was Kafkiwa, I take it.
That it was. Once she was done upbraiding us for our unseemly behavior, she launched into a recruitment pitch. Kafkiwa explained that she wanted to protect the outside world from Zoralja's invasion, to keep him from bringing ruin to the place her beloved son lived. And if we were so intent on self-destruction, then perhaps we might consider risking our hides for a just cause. It was a lot to take in. I hadn't given much thought to what lay beyond the barrier, and learning that Kafkiwa herself was already dead was enough to make my head spin. But Geode and I were intrigued by her ideas, and wanted to see this future of hers come to pass.
Geode often spoke of it. He told me that meeting Kafkiwa was what first taught him the value of remembering people.
Like he was sharing a holy revelation.
Oh, but back then you hadn't yet taken on Oblivion's name, had you?
Is that so? I just assumed.
It hadn't been Kafkiwa's intention to carry on Oblivion's legacy, nor adopt the cause your parents championed. Not initially, at least. She wasn't even aware such an organized resistance existed. She did, however, suspect the presence of other dissidents, those who objected to resurrecting the memories of the dead in defiance of the natural order. In the hopes of identifying like-minded comrades, we began searching the core system for traces of unauthorized access. And that's how we found it. An anomalous sector in the back of the Neon Stein. According to Melancholy, the door to that mystery had remained firmly shut since she took over the business.
The back room.
The back room. We forced our way in, only to discover that the hideout had long been abandoned. Although the occupants were gone, the equipment they'd left behind contained records of a group calling itself Oblivion. After reading through their exploits and their vision for the future, we made the decision to carry on their work.
That is actually quite beautiful.
Thus were my parents and Kafkiwa's hopes bound together.
Yep.
And carried onward by Shale and Geode.
We could never have made it this far on our own, of course. Not without the strength of arms you and your friends provided. Losing comrades is a hard thing, but being here, thinking back on the moments we shared, I can see their smiles, hear their laughter. I feel their presence, and I know they're still with us. But these memories of mine are for me alone. Reminders of why I chose to do this. And why I'll stay the course.
I think this was good for everyone.
Right. Time we got back to work.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for the lore.
It's me who should be thanking you. Though the pain is still deep, I don't feel like I'm drowning in it anymore. Let's get out there and put a stop to Calyx. For you, for me, and for everyone who's ever believed in Oblivion.
Sounds like a pretty good plan. I appreciate you helping me through this. And not only the grief, you helped me see that my comrades mean even more to me than I realized, which only fueled my determination. I'll be spending every waking moment working to bring Calyx to account for his crimes. I'll do my part, then you do yours. Oblivion needs you. Yes. Let me see, piety. Let's go with spell speed. Can't you give me like crit or determination? Those are the expensive ones. A darkness in the heart. Shale steels her heart for the work ahead. It's time I went back to locating Calyx's lair. I have a new strategy in mind, but it remains to be seen if it will aid in narrowing down the possibilities. I'll ask Kyle for help. I want to re-examine the data, starting with that of her parents. After all, they were the first to break away from preservation and establish an organized resistance with Oblivion. There must be something in there that can point us in the right direction. What are your plans, Malisity? I would like to follow you to get the lore. Malisity, is that you? Apologies for calling suddenly. I've been making the rounds in the outskirts and I cannot help but feel as though something is amiss. Might I ask you to join me? Your perspective would be most appreciated. It can wait until you finish attending to Shale, of course. Oh, it seems your plans have been decided for you. Go on, I've others to speak with before I return to the back rooms. Well, I will see you there then. As long as the memories remain, this wound in my heart will never fully heal, but it might be better that way. To feel something, even pain, is to remember that they lived, and to know that I'm still alive. Yes. It really hurts to remember the people we've... Oh, no maps here. It hurts to remember the people we lost, but I wouldn't want to forget them. Hello, Sveen. Malisity, thank you for coming. As I mentioned, I would benefit from your worldly experience. Oh? Perhaps it's my imagination, but the townspeople appear to be acting oddly. That is, even considering the current state of affairs. As I'm yet unfamiliar with outskirts, I thought you might be better equipped to judge if their behavior is unusual or not. Would you speak with them and see what you think? Though I hope to be proven wrong, I fear something is not right here. How? Huh. We have a trembling resident. Hello. Oh, please tell me you brought more neo-regulators. Officially, they've all been handed out already, but I've heard rumors that there were few left over. Surely the government still has some, or perhaps Queen Sveen? I may not look it, but I was a hunter once. Back then I hardly gave death a second thought, but now that I know the truth, it's all I can think about. There has to be a way to hold on. There has to. Oh, so the regulators are... They're out of regulators. Is that the thing? And people are starting to get stressed. You're not wearing a regulator? Do you know that the end is coming? Well, it's your life to lose. Me, I got myself one of those neo-regulators and registered a little while ago. As soon as I did, a display appeared showing the number of registered users. Right now it's sitting at 4,168. The upper limit was 5,000, wasn't it? Seems the total shot up right after those machine malfunctions. It's only a matter of time before everyone's registered. I pity those who weren't chosen, but I'm going to be an endless. I'm going to evolve and live happily ever after. Yeah, okay, so we have less than 1,000 regulators left. People are gonna start rioting soon. Hey! Greetings. I remember when you visited with Queen Sveen. Come to check on our well-being, have you? Well, I can say that things are rather stressful out here as well. Without knowing if or when our machine might turn murderous, the spectre of death is ever present. People are terrified, and then clamor for neo-regulators has reached a fever pitch. I personally was fortunate to have claimed a new device early on and have long since completed the registration. Death has no hold over me now. Now I must begin my prayers. The darkness draws closer, grows deeper, and we must cast it out. Yeah, they are freaking out. Also, what's this with the darkness? Sounding kinda culty, just saying. Which is not great. Not great at all. So, what do you think? Was I right to worry? Yeah. Tensions are running pretty high. This is not good. Yes, that is exactly it. The people are overwhelmed by uncertainty and fear, and with each new registration, that fear inside them grows more insistent. How long until it drives them into full-blown panic? Now? Maybe? Malisity, can you come to resolution? We have a problem. I'm already here with the Lamati and Alphino. Uh-oh. It sounds like she wants us there in a hurry. We should go. Yeah, we should. It is kind of interesting that they just teleport us now. We barely have to travel ourselves. Why is the Meso terminal on the screen?
What's happened? Sorry to drag you out here, but I thought it best you see for yourself.
Death is your constant companion.
Okay.
Though you toil with diligence, death may come ere your reward is bestowed. Though your grand works be poised for completion, death may come ere you wake the following morn. Though you enjoy a life of peace and good fortune, death needs but one instant to claim you.
Can we not?
Your bodies are weak. Your heart, your brain, every fragile organ rolls the dice from moment to moment. Sheer chance deciding if they function or fail. Be you stoic or generous or righteous, no virtues tip the scales in that fatal reckoning. The choice is made without reason. The end is cloaked in terror. That is what it means to die.
The announcement began after we finished our meeting with Gossen. As for its source, well...
Alex.
Obviously. Oh, this man is just...
There is no shame in being afraid. It is that very fear which will drive you to conquer death. Let us set a new course for mankind. Let us preserve our existence unto perpetuity.
Yeah, you can definitely see the difference between people with neo-regulators and not.
Hope for it, wish for it, pray for it. We will become endless. With evolution's brilliance, will we banish the ever-present darkness of mortality.
Change isn't easy. No one ever wants to take the first step. But this is the right path for us. What other way could there be? I'm gonna do it. I'm going to register.
Vauglamat! You couldn't have come at a better time. Please, you have to let us move to Tuliolal.
It's too dangerous to stay here. Who knows when the next century will turn on us? Even if we wanted to become endless, there are no more neo-regulators to be had. Fleeing is our only option.
Is that Calyx?
If the solution was as simple as leaving, then we'd all have left already. Did you not hear the announcement? For the living, death is a foregone conclusion. No matter where we go, or who we shelter with, we won't get another chance like this to overcome our fate.
Easy for you to say when you have that regulator.
Yeah, he is stirring up a riot. This is not good.
The Landsguard are on their way as we speak, and arrangements have been made to see that you all will be safely evacuated. Tulichola will aid you in whatever way we can. So please, remain calm.
Yes. Calm things down. Good job.
I want to help Alexandria. I want to save its people. But what can I do?
I am not their queen.
You can help us stop Calyx. I think there's no other choices. My apologies. The sign is not responding to any of our attempts to change the display or switch it off. Yeah, that's not good. I'm sorry I couldn't be there in time. Kyle told me everything that happened while we were away. We had the hopefuls who descended on Lamatis dispersed for now. We could see tempers in the crowd were starting to fray. This latest wave of attacks may not have been as widespread, but people are reaching their breaking points. We have to stop Calyx, and soon. First those deadly malfunctions, and now a citywide announcement. He has spent considerable effort recruiting his 5,000 Endless. Perhaps more than necessary even. Yeah, because the problem isn't getting the 5,000 Endless, it's getting the ether. And for that he needs people to die. And he's trying to force us to give him the key. Calyx has access to the core system, which means that if he chooses to do so, he could deploy the soldier beyond the barrier. Even if our people learn to live with death and decide to leave the dome behind, they will not be beyond his reach. Yet, if it serves to allay their fears even a little, I beg you, Wuglamat, please shelter them into Liolal. We will welcome any and all who want to come. We've already begun evacuations and we'll be able to pick up the pace once the land guard arrives. In which case, we had best spread out and keep an eye on the crowd. The mood is tense and we must prepare for possible violence. If you happen to determine where Calyx is hiding though, we'll be ready to move at a moment's notice. Surely we'll find a clue of some kind soon. He can't elude us forever. Yeah. I actually thought Gossen was a bad guy, but maybe he's not. Or maybe he's just being sneaky, I'm not sure. Violence and fear, this is not the future she envisioned for her nation. No, it is not.